Hello, my name's the Reverend Adrian Thompson. You may know me from past visits into your school, or it might be on a video like this with some of the collective worships I've been doing for schools recently. Behind me is one of our churches. It's called St. Bridget's Bride Kirk, and we're going to go inside and have a look around. So we've come up the hill now and round to the front of St. Bridget's Church Bride Kirk, and now we're walking around towards the front door, and we're going to go on inside and have a good look around. So we've now made it in through the front door. And just imagine for a moment you've really walked into church and you've just been given permission to have a quick look all around. Have a general look around and look at some of the things you can see in these pictures, and you might just want to start asking your own questions as to what all the different things you can see are used for. So now, lectern, Bible, stained glass windows, pulpit, organ, pews, a font, a cross, an altar or a communion table. What are those all about, I wonder? Let's find out together now. And here, to the right of that raised area, it's called the chancel area, is a lectern. I wonder what a lectern is used for. It's very grand, isn't it? It's all made out of beautifully carved wood. Do you see? And it looks very special. I wonder what people do there. Well, what happens is you come into the lectern. I'm standing in the lectern now. I think I can even put a light on. There we go. And all this special wooden area is about a very special book. Here's the book. It's a very large book, and it's called, it says it on the spine there, it's called the Holy Bible, and it's full of stories about our God of love. As Christians, we believe that God is a God of love, and he revealed himself most clearly in Jesus, who we call the Son of God. And our Bible is full of stories of our God of love and his Son, Jesus, that tell us how Jesus lived, how God's people lived, and give us direction in how we should live. And so in our services, when we gather in church, we read stories from the Bible together. I've put on some special clothes now. They're called robes, and I wear them in some services. And then, once someone from the congregation has read the Bible reading, that story about our God of love, and about his Son Jesus, and or about God's people, then wearing the special clothes, the robes that I wear in some services, I then come up and I enter the pulpit. This is the pulpit, and I put on a reading light to help me see better, and I'll have some notes with me that I prepared earlier. And my job, having studied a lot about God's word in the Bible and our God of love and Jesus and his people, I then speak about what we've heard in the Bible and help people understand it. A bit like a teacher helps you understand things in school, I do something similar for people in church. Sometimes I come into school or make videos for you too to help you understand more about God and his love, don't I? So I do that here in church too. That's what we use a pulpit for. Now, we've also got to understand why we have stained glass windows in our churches. Well, it's all about the Bible stories that are shown in the pictures. This one is about when Jesus was born. There he is as a baby with his mother Mary, and 3 kings have come to see him. That's the story that you often act out as a nativity play in many schools at Christmas time. And when Jesus grew up, he himself told stories which we record in our stained glass windows. This is the one of the Good Samaritan, when the person nobody would have expected to stop and be a good neighbour was a good neighbour to the man who'd got hurt. And you can see his donkey in the back. The reason that we have stained glass windows is long ago not many people could read, so it was a good way of telling people stories. This is the one about the woman who was healed when she touched Jesus's cloak. He could do amazing things. And not only did he heal people, this one shows about Lazarus, a friend of Jesus who'd actually died. But even though he died, Jesus brought him back to life. So our stained glass windows are another way of telling Bible stories. And of course, if lots of people are going to gather to hear those stories about our God of love, about Jesus, and about God's people, we need places to sit, which is where all these pews come in. Again, they're made out of wood, but there's plenty of space for lots of people to come and listen to those stories. Also, when we've heard them, because we believe that God is with us in our hearts, and those stories are about how God helps us to live today, his presence with us. We want to celebrate that, so we sometimes sing. And I'm going to show you some pictures of our organ and how somebody comes and they play our organ. You can see all that it's got big pipes which blow air, a bit like if you've got a whistle or a flute, and hymns are played, amazing songs, and we all join in, everyone sitting in the pews. We stand together, there'd be lots of people here, and we'd sing as someone plays the organ, and they play that with their fingers, and they also play it with their feet. A wonderful thing, an organ.